Hello guys, welcome once again. In this video, I will show you how to publish your fully developed C Sharp application. Not only C Sharp application, but any application which you have developed on Visual Studio. I will show you how to publish that application and make a setup for that. So let's get started. In the last video, I have shown you this project in which you can enter any word in this text box, and when you press search, it search for the word in this list and highlight it. Okay, so I'm going to use the same project for this demonstration. So first thing is what you can do is you can go to your solution and go to this open folder in Windows Explorer, and you can go to the project folder bin and debug, and you have this executable file and you can use it, but it's not recommended and it's kind of unprofessional when you copy this executable file to the other computer maybe. So your project may have some dependencies like DLL file or documentation file or other dependencies, and then you could not do this. So I'm going to show you other way of doing this. So the other way can be you just right click your project, go to the properties, and you can go to this publish tab, and there is nothing right now, and now there is. So you can go to this publish tab, and if you want to publish your project on some website or server or some file path, you can give it from here, or you can give the URL of the website from here. So the other way is like this. If you have, or if you want to publish your application online, then you can use this. And the last and the recommendation, the setup which you can do is like this. So you have the solution and a project. So just right click your solution and go to add new project, and just go to this setup and development in other project type. So when you see it, you have this other project type. Go to setup and development, and then go to Visual Studio installer, and we are going to make a setup project, and we can give our application any name. So I will give it list box search setup. Okay, so I have given the name to my application, and by default you will see that it's the same folder in which your list box search other project is there. So you are creating your project in the same solution, that's why this folder will be same as your project. And now click OK, and you will see something like this. Okay, so now go to your project. This is your setup project, and you right click it and go to add and click project output, and here you can see different options what you want to package. For example, only the primary output you want to package, or debug symbols, or source code, or documentation file. You can select them what you want to package in your setup. Right now I just want this output of my project. So I'm selecting primary output, and here you will see the project for which you are making the setup. So our project name is list box search project. So make sure you select this if you have multiple projects, and select primary output and click OK. Now you can see primary output from search text list box search, which is my project. Now once you have done that, you can go to this build tab and you go to batch build. Why we are going to the batch build? Because we have two projects in one solution. If you have only one project, then you could have gone to this build solution and you could have gone for build list box search setup differently. But together, if you want to build your application, both project at the same time, just click this batch build, and you can select you want debug build and release build also. So I am selecting all four, so it will generate debug solution and the release solution also for both of my project, my listbox project and my setup project. Okay, once you have checked all four things, just click build and it will build one by one all four project files, two for this debug and release and two for this debug and release. And then you will see here build succeed. That means our build is build is successful now. And once again we go to our project folder or solution folder. This was our solution folder, and you will be able to see this list box search setup which I have created new, and this was our old project which contains our executable file. So what I will do is I will go in this list box search setup folder which I have created the new project, and it contains debug and release folders. So you can go to this list box setup debug folder also, or you can go to release folder. I'm going to this release folder and I will double click it, and I will start the setup of my application. So it starts the setup wizard as any installer will start, and you can just click next, and you can give the folder location where you want to install your application. So you can, I want to install my application in desktop for example, so I will search for desktop users and the desktop. Okay, so I want to install my setup executable file on the desktop. So I selected the desktop, and you can choose who will be able to access this executable file. I click everyone and I will click next, and it will ask you whether you want to confirm or not. So I will click next, and you see here the installation of my project starts. So it will take maybe few seconds depending upon the size of your project. So now you can see installation complete, and the list box search setup has been successfully installed in my system. So if this is correct, then I should be able to open my list box search project on my desktop. So I will go to my desktop and you can see here list box search. This is my project, and I will just double click it and my project start from here, and I can just run my project. I want to search Australia, and I hit search, and it search the word in the list. So in this way you can make a setup for your application, and you can publish your fully made C# application, or more generally your fully made Visual Studio application. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please keep watching these videos, and please rate, comment and subscribe, and bye for now.